You know those red cans you see hanging on pretty much every wall, in offices, in schools, in hallways? We've all seen them. But let's be honest, how many of us actually know what to do with one if we needed it? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down everything you need to know about this incredibly important safety tool. So think of this thing as your first line of defense. It's not for taking on a raging inferno, okay? It's designed for one of two things: stopping a small fire before it gets out of control, or clearing a path so you can get out safely. Knowing how to use it isn't just a good skill. It can literally be a lifesaver.
Now, to really get how a fire extinguisher works, we've got to understand what fire is in the first place. So let's do a super quick dive into the science of it all.
This brings us to a really cool concept called the fire tetrahedron. Just picture a pyramid with 4 sides. A fire needs all 4 of those sides to exist. The whole point of a fire extinguisher is to knock out at least one of those sides. You do that, and the whole pyramid just collapses. The fire goes out. Simple as that.
So what are these 4 sides? Well, first you need fuel. That's the thing that's actually burning. Then you need heat to get that fuel hot enough to even ignite. Of course, you need oxygen, which is all around us in the air, to feed the fire. And finally, you have this invisible force, the chemical chain reaction, which is the process that lets the fire sustain itself and keep on burning.
So how do we break that pyramid? Well, there are 4 main ways, and each one targets a different side. Cooling is all about removing heat. Think about pouring water on a campfire. Smothering takes away the oxygen, kind of like when you put a lid on a flaming pan on the stove. Starving means you remove the fuel, and inhibiting, that's a bit more high-tech. It uses chemicals to jump in and stop that chain reaction in its tracks. Okay, here's the crucial point. Not all fires are created equal. Because different things can burn, fires are actually sorted into different classes based on what's fueling them. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward. Class A is for your everyday stuff like wood, paper, or plastic. Class B is for flammable liquids and gases. Think gasoline or oil. Class C is a really important one. That's for live electrical equipment. And Class K, well, K is for the kitchen. That's for those nasty grease fires from cooking oils and fats. So knowing the class of fire is absolutely critical because you have to use the right tool for the job. And I'm not kidding. Using the wrong extinguisher can be totally useless. Or in some cases, it can make the fire a whole lot worse. For your home, you're usually looking at 2 main options. The classic is the ABC dry powder extinguisher. It's cheap and it works on the most common fire types, which is great. The big downside, it makes an incredible mess. We're talking a fine powder that gets everywhere, can ruin electronics, and can create a big cloud that makes it hard to see. The newer option is an enhanced liquid model. It's much cleaner, helps stop the fire from reigniting, and is just easier to deal with. It costs a bit more upfront, but honestly, the benefits are pretty huge.
You might also run into CO2 extinguishers, especially around servers or sensitive lab equipment. Their main selling point is amazing. They leave 0 mess, no residue at all. But, and this is a big but, they come with some serious safety warnings. The nozzle gets so cold it can give you instant frostbite, and if you use one in a small enclosed room, the gas can actually push out all the oxygen, which is a major suffocation hazard. All right, let's get to the main event. You've sized up the fire, you've grabbed the right extinguisher, now what do? Thankfully, it's super easy to remember if you just know one simple 4-letter word: pass. This is the universal technique. First, P is for pull. You pull the pin at the top, this breaks the little plastic seal. Second, A is for aim. Aim the nozzle low, right at the base of the fire. Don't aim for the pretty flames up top. Third, S is for squeeze. Squeeze that handle firmly and evenly to release the agent. And finally, the last S is for sweep. You sweep the nozzle from side to side, covering the entire base of whatever is burning until the fire is totally out. I have to say this again because it's the most common mistake people make. Do not aim at the flames. You have to hit the base of the fire. You're trying to put out the fuel that's burning, not the light it's giving off. That's how you actually extinguish it for good. But hold on. Before you even touch that pin, you have to make a very fast, very critical decision. You need to look at the situation and decide if it's even safe for you to try and fight the fire at all. This part is absolutely non-negotiable. First things first, make sure you have a clear escape route behind you. The fire should never be between you and the door. Ever. Second, look at the fire. Is it already touching the ceiling? Is the room filling up with smoke? If the answer is yes, it's too big. Your job is no longer to be a hero. Your job is to get out,
close the door behind you, and call for help immediately. Your safety comes first, period. Of course, an extinguisher isn't much good if it doesn't work when you need it, so make sure you keep it somewhere you can see it and get to it easily, usually near an exit. And once a month, just take a quick peek at the little pressure gauge. Make sure that needle is in the green, and just give it a once-over to make sure there's no rust or obvious damage. It takes 5 seconds.
So there you have it. A fire extinguisher is way more than just a red can on the wall. It's a tool that gives you the power to take control in an emergency. Being prepared doesn't mean you're paranoid. It just means you're ready to protect yourself and the things that matter. Stay alert and stay safe.